the reason you always get cheated on is because naivete.
Somebody
I
might have to
swear,
define that for me because I have no idea what that means.
naive,
Okay.
naive, yeah, naive.
Naivete. Is that the new, is that how we would say it now? I mean,
Yeah.
damn. Goddamn 2023.
Why do I always get cheated on? Why me? What am I doing wrong? There's one factor that makes all of these people that get cheated on that have in common, and that is naivety. Is they see the partner comes home late, they see the partner hides the phone, and instead of calling that behavior out, and instead of setting a boundary, they believe their partner's version of events immediately. This naivety leaves them prey to a cheat. Somebody who has a habit of cheating knows they can't get away with certain things with a girl that's a bit crazy or a guy that double checks everyone else. You've got to remember, cheaters are not looking to be emotionally and physically loyal to that person. So they don't pick the person they love the most. They pick the person who allows them to get away with the most. And they have the person they actually like on the side.
All right. So the reason that you get cheated on is because you're naive. Uh, Balancing, let's go to you. Do you believe that being naive is the case on why people get cheated on?
No. I mean, I understand what she's saying, but I don't really think it's because they're naive. I think most people know when they're being cheated on for the most part. I think they choose to deal with it. They choose to put up with it because of maybe low self-esteem. Maybe they don't think they could get somebody else, or they don't want to try to get somebody else. So they'll just put up with it. I don't think to say because they don't call it out, it's because they don't know. I think a lot of people know exactly what's going on, but they don't want to address it because they don't want to leave. They don't have the strength to leave. They don't have the finances to leave. It's a lot of reasons people stay with a partner that cheats on them. Mostly, I think it's because of low self-esteem, not really because they don't understand what's going on. So that's what I have to say about it.
All right, Eric, do you believe that to be the case? You think being naive is the reason that people are cheated on the most?
I agree with balance. I think most people do know. And it's not even so much like some people go into all the spiritual sense of it and stuff like that, which that can be the case. But it's like, man, if you really with somebody, man, you know the differences. You just do. Like you can feel it. It's just like, certain things gonna be off. Certain things ain't gonna be right. Communication is off. All those kinds of things. So, being naive leans towards not knowing, right? Like you don't know, like you just in the dark, you just like duh. But I don't think anybody is like that. And I think there's just so many other contributing factors to it. You know what I mean? Like, you could from man, I really love this dude and I'm gonna rock it right out with him or rock it out with her no matter what, and we're gonna get through this, or the embarrassment of somebody cheating on you and others knowing, and you don't really want nobody to know your business. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff that goes with that. And I think that when anyone does that, man or woman, a lot of it deals with them, how they see themselves, what they think they're worth, what's going on with that. And again, some people just really don't want to disturb what they consider is a happy household or what they consider a great relationship. So I'm not going to blow it up because, they stepped out these couple times that I feel they stepped out. And like I said, some people won't even talk about it. So I don't think that they're naive. I think people know, but they just don't want to like step out on that shaky ground to deal with that situation.
It's crazy because I think naive is probably the least possible reason, in actuality. Like, it's too much information out here. We have, our phones have
Facts.
too much information. You pinging people's whereabouts. Everybody's posting everything. So, like I said, everybody knows everything, even if they don't want to admit to it, or maybe they're waiting until they don't want it to be found out. Like, as long as I'm the only person that know, I'm fine. But once other people know, then I gotta act like it's affecting me. But being naive, don't see that. I think that's something old school, like the 60s and 70s, where you just tell them anything they want to hear. But all right, Jay Stanza, what's your thoughts on it?
I agree. I think a lot of people know they getting cheated on. In 2023, it's very hard to get away with cheating. Like you're gonna leave a digital footprint somewhere. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna slip up. But a lot of people want to ignore it. Another reason I think is because people pick partners nowadays based on their eyes, and they don't get to know that person. You picking based off physical appearance, but that person showed you their red flags a long time ago, and you thought it was gonna be a better outcome with them dating you. No, you knew he wasn't shit. You still picked him, and then you wonder why you got cheated on. He already showed you what he was about. Or you met him on a dating app on Tinder, you thought it was gonna become something. You know Tinder ain't for that. You met him in the club, you thought y'all was gonna get married. That's not where it's at. So people pick the wrong people. They pick people based on how they look nowadays, or they try to ignore red flags, and they think there's gonna be a different outcome with them. When that person already showed you they wasn't shit from the get-go, you still chose to pursue a relationship with that person. That's why you keep getting cheated on.
That's a fact. Uh, Paris, what do you think is? Well, let me ask you this: What do you? The question as is, and also, what do you think is the main reason people get cheated on?
Naivety is described as lacking of knowledge, wisdom, or judgment. You can have, lacking knowledge, experience, or judgment, not wisdom, lacking knowledge or judgment and experience. You can have knowledge of something without you getting the experience. And today we know, like, it's literally a whole side of TikTok that talks about cheating husbands and cheating wives. All you got to do is just keep scrolling. You'll get there. And somebody else's experience could be your knowledge. And, even down to people's personal proximity. You can watch somebody go through it and deal with it and talk about it and pick up those, little bad habits that people have. All in all, I don't think that video was accurate. I understand her point. I don't think it was accurate. I believe people get cheated on because they tend to get complacent with their partners. And there becomes a void that needs to be filled. Regardless if their partner helped contribute to it or not. That's why I believe people get cheated on. There was some form of complacency, because initially when any relationship starts, most times people started going in wholeheartedly. They started going in, I'm gonna be with you. Because what other reason would they have? Nobody really has no real incentive to be in a relationship anymore. We see broken homes all the time. And that should have been your biggest incentive. Children with the person should have been your biggest incentive to stay in a relationship. Now we don't have one. So, eventually people get cheated on, and they get cheated on, and whatever your individual reason could be, that's going to be it. But I do believe complacency plays a huge role. People start getting ignored. They start feeling as if I'm not going nowhere, you're not going nowhere. And there becomes a void that needs to be filled in the relationship.